This is Xbox Group A. 6 drivers already through to the semis. At the end of this, we will have 9 drivers through. This is the quarterfinals, Xbox Group A, and we're about to get going. Red lights come on, and they're off. So away we go then, and it is different conditions, of course, once again. Very foggy conditions here for the Xbox Group A drivers, and an immediate mistake there. That was Paul Beggin making a mistake straight away, so now has a little bit of time to make up, but as we're expecting, lots of changing of positions in these early stages.
Yeah, I think he was using the tactics. I mean, you can see there, he's really using every inch of the road here. Maybe he's, you know, a very confident tarmac driver, and he's really trying to make the most of his skills here on this first section as we climb up into the mountains before we get to that snowy and icy section. But it's absolutely incredible. You know, I was watching the results come in for the preparation rally for Monte Carlo that's happening this morning. A driver, you know, one of the top drivers in contention for Rally Monte Carlo in the R5 four-wheel drive category this morning, you know, went off on the first corner. Oh, and we see him sideways through that corner again. You know, these drivers, they're used to being on the limit, and for this rally, sometimes that's not the best approach. As we saw this morning with that rally, you know, he was off in the first corner. His hopes for a victory are over. Yeah,
that's it. It's so close, as we've seen. 4/10. It's been the difference between third and fourth, so it has been extremely close in the groups that we've seen already. Steam Group A, especially PlayStation Group A, was particularly close. So that one mistake, they'll know in their head that that could cost them a place in the semi-finals, and that could force them to start chasing themselves, which will make it even worse.
Long stage ahead though, we're probably just in the first quarter here, so these drivers are still on this tarmac section. You can see, actually, you can notice that little black ice, and that's what Rally Monte Carlo is actually really famous for. That thin layer is absolutely lethal for these drivers. You can see they're kind of avoiding it. You don't want to be braking on it. That kind of tarmac as well, when it's wet, is really, and into the side there, he is absolutely on the limit. He's holding his third position though, but as you can see, there is only really the number one, Nico Valkonen, pulling away from the pack there with those dots on the side. The others are quite bunched up, and they're switching positions all the time there on the right.
Yeah, Nico Valkonen in a very comfortable position at the moment, but it only takes one mistake and then he'd be straight into the clutches of the rest of the field. Dean Wilson is in second place, desperate, of course, after that mistake yesterday in the semi-finals in Rallycross, which cost him a place into the final. He is in second at the moment, and then Paul Beggin in third place. Well, Nico Valkonen doing very well at the moment, so let's go on board with him for a little bit.
As you can see, it's getting a little bit snowier now, icy. He's taking that cut on the inside. He's taking the risk. You know, he would have known. He knows these stages so well. He would have known there's not an arm code, there's not rock in the middle there. He can afford, if he did it, he would have been able to carry a little bit more momentum around that corner. I think that ice, you can see just how quickly it flips these cars. Front wheel drive, if you keep the power in, you've got to be brave, but that's probably the best way to do it. You know, if you feel a slide coming, keeping the power in, those front wheel drive cars, the front wheels will pull you out of that slide.
Even just watching these guys is terrifying, I have to say. I would not sit in the passenger seat of one of these rally cars around Monte Carlo. Into the left-hand hairpin we go. Nico Valkonen is making one or two mistakes here. It looks like that one mistake has led to a couple more. I don't know if he's getting a little bit frustrated with himself.
I think you can notice it's a little bit twitchy, actually, through these corners. You know, there were some short corners there, and you could see the car a little bit unsettled. Maybe it's because we're going onto some snow, some ice. It's not predictable there, but half a spin, and look how quickly that came around on the handbrake. He would have just tweaked that handbrake. If you catch it on the wrong surface with a bit of black ice there, then it's really easy to flip it round. And I have to say, in these dusk conditions now, getting a little bit dark, it's even more difficult to see that black surface on the top there. They call it black top in France. It's a very specific kind of, I've got a lot of experience on that black top surface, and when it's wet or got ice on top of it, it really does flip the car, and then you become a passenger.
Well, that's what they have to deal with. This is the World Series. We have to give them the hardest challenges possible. Now, Nico Valkonen was 3 seconds quicker than anyone in the first split alone, which is around a 52nd, and then he was 4 seconds quicker than anyone through the second split. That gap was reduced to 1 second in split 3, and then he was actually still the quickest through the fourth split as well, but a big mistake there. And has he picked up damage now, I wonder, because Nico Valkonen is not looking so comfortable anymore. It looks like his car was pulling right a little bit, but some damage there. I think Nico Valkynen just needs to calm it down a little bit now. But behind there is lots of changes, particularly in third and fourth. So perhaps we'll have a look at those guys now, because we have Carlos Lopez, the Mexican driver, who is going from third to fourth to fifth as quickly as that. And at the moment, he was in last place, I think, for a second there. But Carlos Lopez, one of the drivers, of course, on the limit of maybe going through. Looks like Dean Wilson is just ahead. In fact, Dean Wilson even dropping from second to sixth in a flash there. So this is very hard to call from second to sixth. It could be any one of them who goes through.
Yeah, I think we've literally just seen that change in surface there. So it's onto that icy, it's onto the snow. They'll know that like the back of their hands. We might see some of them pulling away from the pack now. Those that are comfortable in these kind of like Scandinavian conditions and the heavy snow. But look at that sheet ice. I mean, driving on that is brutal. It's, you know, and you can see no grip there, losing that momentum around that hairpin. But he's keeping it tidy, you know, he's not overcooking it. It's a very mature drive there, but that, I'm starting to wonder if he's even taking road tyres there by the lack of grip that he had. But looking for that snow on the inside rather than the sheet ice on the right, that's where the grip is. But kind of slowing down the pace a lot there. It looks like this is a really icy run of this track today.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's got damage or not, because it was a pretty hard hit he had. But second is Dean Wilson. Then we have Carlos Lopez in third place. Fourth place at the moment is Paul Beggin. And then behind that it is Vincent Lablair, who is in fifth. So that is your order at the moment. So we go back on board with Lopez, the Mexican driver. We're into the final section of this stage now. At the moment, he holds the last place into the semi-finals, and up ahead, Dean Wilson's taken the lead. So Nico Valkynen is really struggling now. Valkynen could be in danger of dropping out here.
Yeah, we saw a minute ago when we were with him on the camera, he looked like he just didn't have the confidence on this ice. He was sliding, he didn't look like he could find the grip in the tyres, just kind of over-rotating the car. If he can, yeah, here we are, we're back with him now. So he's looking for that grip on the inside. There's a little bit of snow, but he drops down to third place.
Oh no, this is dangerous. Paul Beggin, the French driver, is in fourth place at the moment. Valkynen, the Finnish driver, could be dropping out of the quarterfinals despite leading by 3-4 seconds through the first split alone. This is absolutely devastating stuff for Valkynen. He's got one more corner to hold on and he's out. He's dropped to fourth place. Dean Wilson's going to take the win, and it looks like Paul Beggin has stolen third place and the last spot into the semi-final right at the end. We'll wait till the results come through. The results about to come up, and there we can see he has. Dean Wilson takes a comfortable win. Carlos Lopez in second. Then it was Paul Beggin in third, and just under 1 second behind was Nico Valkynen. He is going to be devastated with that. Fifth place is Vincent Lablair, and then Dean Wilson is in sixth place. It's Dave Marshall, of course, my apologies, who goes through